Our first movie is Smile 2, the sequel to the horror film where Sosie Bacon witnessed a smiling death, saw many, many evil smiles, and soon became possessed into smiling and killing herself. Now the sequel stars Naomi Scott as pop star Sky Riley, who is also a recovering junkie trying to redeem herself while requiring drugs for her back injury following a car accident. She visits her drug dealer, played by Lucas Gage. She becomes possessed by the smiling demon. Now he passes the fear on to her.
Louis?
Just as she's preparing for her world tour, she has meet and greets with her fans, some of whom are just plain creepy.
That's a pretty cool shirt you got. Want me to sign it?
So why not combine the stressful life of a pop star with these demonic smiles attacking her at every turn? I didn't care for the first Smile because of its cliches, but I like Smile 2 more because of how it places the fear inside a pop star. Sure, there are lots of jump scares and the ending is predictable, but it ends up being a lot of fun, scary, and sometimes stylish. Scott, who is also a singer, delivers on the main heroine, and it would make sense that the life of a pop star with a previous drug addiction and a lot of heavy baggage would find herself terrified by whatever smiling demon is after her, or it may sound silly, I don't know, but I like the way the sequel handles it. Smile 2 is basically the same as the first, but with a different angle. Our next movie is The Apprentice, and while we're in the middle of the election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, we have a biopic that shows how young Trump became associated with the searing lawyer Roy Cohn. Sebastian Stan plays Trump while Jeremy Strong is Cohn. The time is between the 70s and 80s, and we meet Trump, who is named the vice president of Trump Realties, and despite all the bad things about Cohn, he needs him to help him with a case regarding his hotel. Here they are trying out clothes that should make him feel like $1,000,000.
Looks expensive. How much is this?
$1,100.
Okay, that's...
Okay, we'll take it. And matching shirt and tie.
I can't pay for
Forget
this.
it, okay? Forget it. Listen, here. I don't need your money. You'll pay me back with your friendship, okay? Quid pro quo. You'll be a friend to me, I'll be a friend to you. Okay, that's the pact, okay? If you look like $1,000,000, I look like $1,000,000.
And with any connection or friendship or collaboration or whatever you want to call it, there is a breaking point between Trump and Cohn. As I was watching The Apprentice and listening to its depiction on these two, I was entertained, especially when the movie likes to make fun of Trump's hair and weight, as well as Cohn's searing image, and I am reminded of the documentary Where's My Roy Cohn? Movies about politicians, whether they're funny or serious, can be presented in different political views. Sometimes they can be for them or against them, and even though the film lags in areas, I was still drawn into the performances from Stan and Strong, who both present these real-life figures in a convincing manner. Next up, Lonely Planet, a Netflix romance that takes place at a writer's retreat in Morocco, where two strangers who have an age difference and aren't very interested in the trip come together. It stars Laura Dern as author Catherine Lowe, who is on this trip to finish writing a book which he can't finish at home, and Liam Hemsworth plays the financial businessman Owen Brophy, who is on this trip to support his writer-girlfriend Lily Kemp, played by Diana Silvers, while dealing with an important business deal. As expected in a run-of-the-mill movie like this, Owen and Catherine are able to have some fun together exploring the country a bit while acknowledging each other's lives.
How does your guy deal with all this?
Who said I had a guy?
Wikipedia.
Oh, right, of course.
I like the performances from Dern and Hemsworth for how they use their tones and emotions, but Lonely Planet doesn't have the story to elevate on them. In fact, this movie gets a literary criticism from me. The story gets boring and meandering, and the formulas and messages seem labored. I'm sure Catherine's books are more interesting than this. But here's something a little more interesting. It's called Exhibiting Forgiveness, an art drama where the central theme is family. Andre Holland plays an artist named Terrell, whose mother, Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, tries to manage a family reunion between him and his abusive junkie father, Laurent, played by John Earl Jelks, whom he rejects for his past behavior. It sounds like the same story we've seen before, but it isn't irritable or derivative. It serves an important purpose within the script.
He gave me you, Terrell. He was my first love. Was my first love.
Man, you got flaws, Terrell. Ain't you got flaws? I'm not the same man you used to know before, Terrell. That's what you said, right?
The artist also suffers from nightmares which start to affect his wife, Andrea, and son, while flashbacks of his youth still attack his mind.
Why are you still making excuses for him?
If you don't forgive others of their past sins, then you can't be forgiven.
Have you asked yourself once, one time, what's best for us? For him, for your grandson?
Exhibiting Forgiveness was written and directed by Titus Kapar, who is an artist with African-American themes in his paintings. He even taught Holland how to paint in his directorial debut, which should be shown in art museums as well as movie theaters. It really merges the art with the challenges of life and what comes out of it. It's an emotionally powerful film about the past and the present, and how this particular artist is often haunted by his youth. It's about trying to move on and contemplating on whether or not forgiveness must be given, and the performances are all universally excellent. And our last movie is We Live in Time, which feels like it's made by Richard Curtis, but is actually directed by John Crowley, who gave us Brooklyn. The movie stars Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh as a couple who spend a decade getting to know each other, acknowledging each other's occupations and goals, and even having a little girl in the process.
There is something that your daddy and I...
There's something that Mummy and me want to...
We want to talk to you about. It's a bit serious, though.
Yeah.
It's told in a non-linear storyline written brilliantly by Nick Payne, who allows us to see the humor and pathos balance without us missing the first part of the film.
I'm okay. It's okay, honestly. It's okay not to be okay. It's a lot.
As an A24 release, We Live in Time has more courage than some of the allegedly passionate Netflix romances we've been getting lately, like Lonely Planet, for example. It has two leading lovers played authentically by Garfield and Pugh, an emotional aspect that delivers, and its comic relief side never condescends anyone or anything. They have sincere conflicts and passion, and the movie allows us to digest on what's been going on with these two people over the course of a decade. This is quite the charmer. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs up for Smile 2, thumbs up for The Apprentice, thumbs down for Lonely Planet, thumbs way up for Exhibiting Forgiveness, and thumbs way up for We Live in Time. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.